tasks we do and serve a greater good of our community. May we put our whole hearts into the tasks that we do in this community, and may each small act of service we do in loving memory of our fallen firefighters. Amen.
Please be seated. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nick Tyson, and it is an honor to be with you this morning as we formally gather for our annual Fallen Firefighter Memorial Ceremony. I speak on behalf of Chief Powers and his senior staff when I say thank you for attending. Most of you have busy schedules, and we truly appreciate you finding the time to join us as we remember and honor the 25 firefighters whose names are etched on this wall behind me. A special thank you goes to the family members of these men. You know greater than we the difficulty you experience in being here today and reliving your loss as you come to honor your loved one. We appreciate your presence because it provides us with one last living connection to those we worked with and you held so close to your hearts. Saying thank you does not seem to be adequate to show our appreciation, yet we do not know what else to say other than thank you. Perhaps you can take some degree of comfort in knowing that every year, as long as there is a Jacksonville Fire and Rescue Department, we will gather here to remember your loved one and the sacrifice that they made so that this city and her citizens will be safe and secure from all alarms, and that they will never be forgotten. At this time, I'd like to introduce some of our elected officials and dignitaries. We'll start with the Sheriff of the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, T.K. Waters, County Court Judge Gary Flower. I believe I saw Judge Flower over there. The Clerk of the Courts for Duval County, Jody Phillips. The President of the Jacksonville City Council, Ron Salem. The Vice President of the Jacksonville City Council and former Assistant Fire Chief Randy White. From the Jacksonville City Council District 6, Michael Boland. From At-Large Group 5, Councilman Chris Miller. From the Mayor's Office, Chief Administrative Officer Karen Boland. Also from the Mayor's Office, the Deputy Chief Administrative Officer Kelly O'Leary. The Director and Fire Chief of the Jacksonville Fire and Rescue Department, Keith Powers. We have several former Director of Fire Chiefs with us this morning. Rand Napoli, Danny Engel, Ray Alford, Kurt Wilson, and Charles Moreland. Our Acting Deputy Director of Fire Chief, pending confirmation, Willie King. The President of the Jacksonville Association of Firefighters, Kelly Dobson. The first Fallen Firefighter Memorial at this site took place 36 years ago on June 29th, 1987. It was the end of Mayor Jake Godbold's second term, and he was supposed to be here. In fact, the event was scheduled just so he could be here, but as fate would have it, his chronic back pain condition worsened, and he was physically unable to attend. But the mayor-elect, Tommy Hazuri, was here, and he participated in the first Fallen Firefighter Memorial Service at this place. I had been told that coincidentally, the Hazuri family grocery store actually sat on this site where we are today. And now, 36 years after Mayor Hazuri was here for the first time, his cousin is with us today to participate in her first Fallen Firefighter Memorial Service as the mayor of the city of Jacksonville. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Donna Deegan.
Good morning, and thank you all for being here to honor the 25 brave souls who have given their lives in the line of duty throughout Jacksonville's history. Firefighting is a dangerous job. They knew that. They knew that, and yet they still put on the uniform every single day, knowing that it could be their last. They did so because they believed in something higher than themselves. They believed in the honor and duty of keeping their neighbors safe from harm. We can never repay that debt, which has been said already so many times this morning. The ultimate sacrifice was made to ensure our safety. What we can do is express our unending gratitude, always. What we can do and always will do is remember their names, their lives, and their impact on our community. It does not go unnoticed what this loss means for their families, for their colleagues, and for many who are with us today. I'm grateful. Your entire city is very grateful for your loved one's service and selflessness. We recognize the sacrifices that you've made too, and we cannot tell you thank you often enough. It's in this spirit that I offer the following proclamation to remember our fallen heroes. Whereas firefighters and emergency medical services personnel play an essential role in safeguarding the lives and property of citizens throughout our city, state, and nation. And whereas the approximately 1,700 firefighters and emergency medical first responders of the Jacksonville Fire and Rescue Department provide services to nearly 1 million people across Jacksonville's 840 square miles in a constant effort to reduce deaths, injuries, and property loss. And whereas firefighting is one of the most hazardous of all professions, demanding extensive training, strength, and stamina, bravery, selfless concern for the safety and well-being of others in the face of possible injury and even death. And whereas each year, Jacksonville's leaders and residents gather for the Fallen Firefighter Memorial Ceremony to honor the local fire and rescue personnel who lost their lives in selfless protection of our citizens and communities. Now, therefore, I, Donna Deegan, by virtue of the authority vested in me as mayor of Jacksonville, Florida, do hereby proclaim December 13th, 2023 as Fallen Firefighter Memorial Day in Jacksonville and encourage all citizens to honor our 25 fire and rescue personnel who have made the ultimate sacrifice in service to our communities and to support the survivors of our fallen heroes. I'm not sure who has the proclamation. Do you have it? Okay.
The president of the Jacksonville Association of Firefighters, Kelly Dobson.
First of all, let me just take a point. It seems like this should be a thing, right? When the families come together and the members of our department. But it's not, say it's not for me, because I was assigned here and I took care of this place and took pride in it. So it's a prideful thing for me to be able to see the improvement to the grounds, and that the city, the administration, and everyone takes this very seriously, and I think that's a great thing. To the mayor, Mayor Deegan, city council members, to our constitutional officers, thank you for coming. It means a lot to the members standing here. It means a lot to our membership for you to show that you care, and I believe that shows that. To Chief Powers and the administration, this would not have happened without your commitment to it. And anyone that's been around for a while knows that this place is improved, and then that shows commitment. Thank you for that. To the members of Station 1, past, present, and in the future, this is an important piece of real estate, and I thank you for every Saturday, that's yard day if you don't know, taking the pride to protect this, and to the respect of the families, that shows that. And lastly, but most importantly, to the families. It was my honor to escort our members that we put on the wall in Colorado Springs this year in September. And I'd never been on executive board for 20 years, had never been to Colorado Springs for our union event, and to It was tough, right? It was, but it was something that I think in the end that we all, a little bit of closure, and I think that last picture we took kind of meant a little more. That's just a tough thing to go see in person. I don't know, 500. We put 3 years worth of members on the wall because of COVID, and there was roughly 2,000 people there in the field with the memorial. Thank you all for going, and we're glad we could be a part of it. In closing, it's an honor to be in this position to have a positive effect on the members of this department and our membership, and thank you for that.
The Director and Fire Chief of the Jacksonville Fire and Rescue Department, Keith Powers.
Good morning and welcome. Last year at the 2022 Fallen Firefighter Memorial Service, I asked God to keep his hand of protection on the Jacksonville Fire and Rescue Department for the upcoming year. Today, I want to thank him for answering that prayer and protecting the 1,900 men and women who serve this city every day. Men and women who make a selfless decision to choose service before self. Men and women who leave their families and homes every morning not knowing if they're going to return. Men and women who acknowledge and accept the inherent risk that comes with a job and still enthusiastically come to work every shift. Men and women who are just like those we are here to honor today, the 25 men who have laid down their life in service to this city. As we gather here today to honor their sacrifice, I want to keep their surviving family members in our thoughts and prayers on this emotional day. Today's extremely difficult for those survivors, and I want each and every one of them to know that the current and retired members of JFRD are here and we stand with you, here to lift you up and here to support you. Today I want to spend a few minutes talking about sacrifice. Sacrifice is defined as an act of giving up something valued for the sake of something else regarded as more important or worthy. Mitch Albom said, sometimes when you sacrifice something precious, you're really not losing it. You're passing it on to someone else. I would argue that every one of the men whose names are listed on this wall sacrificed the most precious thing they had. In service to this community, they selflessly passed their life on so others could live. They gave up everything in service to this city. Their moms and dads, their wives, their children's, their future, their life. For what, you ask? So that everyday citizens who were complete strangers could have everything, including their moms and dads, their wives, their children, their future, and their life. There are very few people in this world who are willing to pay the ultimate sacrifice for others. The 25 men who's forever enshrined on the wall behind me are part of that select group. They are the few who made a predetermined choice that they are willing to make that sacrifice so that others could live. A lot of people talk the talk, but they walk the walk. Today is a sad and somber day for those surviving family members, and we grieve with you. But along with your sadness, you should each feel a sense of pride. Pride knowing that your loved ones died upholding the oath each one of them took, an oath to protect and serve, and an oath to place others' lives ahead of their own. This is the same oath that the 1,900 current men and women of JFRD have taken. And this community can rest easy knowing that whether it's a 30-year veteran or a 30-day rookie, each JFRD firefighter is willing to uphold their oath, willing to sacrifice all for complete strangers. What peace this community should feel knowing that no matter what the emergency, no matter the time, no matter the area of town, no matter your sex, your race, your color, the men and women of JFRD are here. The men and women of JFRD are ready, and the men and women of JFRD are willing to sacrifice everything so that others may live. As I've said many times before, if you don't believe me and what I'm telling you as evidence, just look at the 25 heroes' names that are inscribed on this memorial wall, who without hesitation sacrificed all in service to this great city. On this day, may God give each one of the surviving family members peace and comfort. And once again, I'm asking God to place his hand of protection on the greatest fire and rescue department in the country.
In just a moment, we will turn our ceremony over to the honor guard for a roll call of our fallen firefighters and a presentation of our nation's flag. After that, our public safety partners with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office will render a 21-gun salute, followed by the sounding of taps. The firing team is relatively close, just across the street, so as a warning, the 21-gun salute will be loud. Commander Alder.
Henry J. Bradley. Sam L. Varnes. Harry L. Graves. German J. Williams. William E. Holloway. James R. Romedy. Dillard D. Pinkston. Arthur W. Hutt. Walter W. Flowers. Newton E. Johnson. Leon J. King, Jr. Glenn A. Miley. Ronald H. Jones. Joseph F. Stitchway. William E. Albritton. Edgar A. Cowart. Leon L. Benton. Roger H. Taylor. Glenn A. Rogers. Nolan A. Sauls. Carl K. Kramer. Neil Tarkington. Thomas M. Barber. Mario J. Moya. Michael L. Freeland.
Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, we sincerely thank you for attending today. We hope that you found today's ceremony meaningful, a time to reflect and remember those who were taken before their time. Thank you again to the family members for being with us. Dr. Golden will now bring our ceremony to a close with a benediction. Upon his amen, you are dismissed. We encourage you to mingle afterwards and chat with one another. Dr. Golden.
Before the benediction, I'd like to recite Firefighter's prayer. When I'm called to duty, God, wherever flames may rage, give me the strength to save a life, whatever be its age. Help me to embrace a little child before it's too late, or save an older person from the horror of that fate. Enable me to be alert to hear the weakest shout, and quickly and efficiently to put the fire out. I want to fulfill my calling and give the best in me to guard my neighbor and protect his property. And if, according to your will, I have to lose my life, bless with your protecting hands my family from strife. Father, again, we're grateful, we're thankful as we come to honor our fallen firefighters. I pray now that you would continue to bless our families, our loved ones of our fallen firefighters, continue to comfort them not only today but in years to come. We ask now that you would be with us, give us traveling grace back to our homes as well as, again, our workplaces. And God, I ask that you would look on the men and women that are serving our city, whether it be Jack's Fire Rescue, our police department, as well as our first responders all over the nation. We ask these things in your name, amen.